And we are live! Hello! Just let me get Mass Effect like in windowed mode, then I'll be checking chat, although... Apologies for being late, it's just, well... stuff involving my mom. And I don't mean that in, like, a negative way. Like, I actually wanted this to happen. It's just, like, traffic got in the way.
Every time I visit the Citadel, CSEC brings me here. Here for a friendly chat. How about it, Garrus? Is this better than CSEC?
Fighting a rogue Spectre with countless lives at stake and no regulations to get in the way? I'd say that beats CSEC.
There may just be hope for you yet, Turian.
Oh wait, I almost forgot about the game setting. You know what? You guys haven't really missed anything.
Hey, Commander Shepard. Good to see you again. Anything you need? Drinking on the job,
I have to go.
Right. You're probably real busy. Well, see you around, Commander.
Hello there. Welcome to Moorland's famous show. Yes, all right then. Good tidings to you, human.
Welcome back, Earth Clan.
Show me what you've got.
Can you tell it's been a while since I played this game?
Looks like it's shut down. Engaging target. All targets down.
Stop right there. Don't come any closer.
Warehouse workers.
Oh,
All the
hey.
real guards must be dead.
Stay back or we'll shoot.
This would be a good time to find somewhere else.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I never liked fisting. Would have been quicker to
Shooting
just...
people isn't always.
Easy. Unlike with Stalker 2, I have played Mass Effect before, so honestly, the only key difficulties will be from me trying to remember what I need to do. Like that.
Looks like it's shut down.
Fist
So far,
no.
nothing really... major or has happened that's like out of the ordinary, like
Mid-agile deployed.
you know, I've always found it odd how there's not like a lot of games that offer like the ability to mount stuff on like a bipod.
Stop right there. Don't come any closer.
Warehouse workers. All the real guards must be dead.
Stay back or we'll shoot.
This would be a good time to find somewhere.
Yeah, I never would have been.
Shooting people isn't always.
Honestly, I think it's fine.
Shield disabled. You're good to go. Wait! Don't kill me, I surrender!
Where's the Quarian?
She's not here. I don't know where she is. That's the truth.
He's no use to you now. Let me kill him.
Wait. I don't know where the Quarian is, but I know where you can find her. The Quarian isn't here. Said she'd only deal with the Shadow Broker himself.
Face to face? Impossible. Even I was hired through an agent.
Nobody meets the Shadow Broker, ever. Even I don't know his true identity. But she didn't know that. I told her I'd set a meeting up. But when she shows up, it'll be Saren's men waiting for her.
Give me the location.
I'll turn it down as soon as
You're
I
on the
get this
wharves,
cutscene
back
done.
alley by the markets. She's supposed to meet them right now. You can make it if you hurry. What are you doing?
The Shadow Broker paid me to kill him. I don't leave jobs half done.
We don't shoot unarmed prisoners.
How many people died because of him?
That Quarian's dead if we don't go now.
That better?
Take cover! Take him out!
Gonna be a very interesting Thursday since, well, I have the day off, but it's also a day where I'm dropping a new video, so...
All patched up.
I think we're good, Shepard.
It's Tally!
Did you bring it?
Where's the Shadow Broker? Where's Fist?
They'll be here. Where's the evidence?
No way. The deal's off.
They were fine.
Good to go.
Well, as you know, it's Juneteenth, so I have the day off, but it's also a day I'll be dropping a new video.
Fist set me up. I knew I couldn't trust him.
Were you hurt in the fight?
I know how to look after myself. Not that I don't appreciate
My name's Shepard. I'm looking
Then
for
I
her.
have a chance to repay you for
We
saving
could take her to the Human Embassy.
You're not making my life easy, Shepard. Firefights in the wards, an all-out assault on Korra's den. Do you know how many... Who's this? The Quarian? What are you up to, Shepard?
Making your day, Ambassador. She has information linking Saren to the Geth.
Really? Maybe you better start at the beginning, Miss...
My name is Tali. Tali Zora Naraya.
We don't see many Quarians here. Why did you leave the flotilla?
I was on my pilgrimage. My rite of passage into adulthood.
I've never heard of this before.
It is a tradition among my people. When we reach maturity, we leave the ships of our parents and our people behind.
We still got one more crew member to get aside from
we search
Tally.
the stars, Only returning to the flotilla.
That
once
being
we have
Liara,
discovered
but
something
we
of
won't get her
value.
for, like, at
In
least
this
one or
way,
two more
we prove
planets.
ourselves worthy of
What kinds of
adulthood.
things do you look for?
It could be resources like food or fuel. Through our pilgrimage, we prove that we will contribute to the community, rather than
Tell
being
us what you
a-
found.
During my travels, I began hearing reports of Geth. I tracked a patrol of Geth to an uncharted world. I waited for one to become...
I thought the Geth fried their memory cores when they died. Some kind of...
How did you manage to preserve the memory core?
My people created the Geth. Most of the core was wiped clean, but I salvaged something from its audio banks.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
That's Saren's voice. This proves he was involved in the attack.
He said Eden Prime brought him one step closer to
It's someone on the VTuber blacklist.
Any idea what that means?
I haven't mentioned him before in one of my videos. That's all I'll say for
Maybe
now.
some kind of Prothean technology. Like a weapon.
Wait, there's more. Saren wasn't working alone.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
I don't recognize that other voice, the one talking about Reapers.
I feel like I've heard that name before.
According to the memory core, the Reapers were a hyper-advanced machine.
Can't really say anything right now.
Years ago.
Oh,
The Reapers
don't
hunted
want to
the
spoil
Protheans
it,
to total
although
extinction,
it should be a
and then
very
they vanished.
interesting reaction.
At least, that's what the Geth believe.
Sounds a little far-fetched.
The vision on Eden Prime. I understand.
The Geth revere the Reapers as gods.
The Council is just going to love this.
The Reapers are a threat to every species in Citadel space.
No matter what they think about the rest of this, those audio files prove Saren's a traitor.
The Captain's right.
What about her? The Quarian?
My name is Tali. You saw me in the alley, Commander. You know what I can do. Let me
I
come
thought
with
you were on your pilgrimage.
The pilgrimage proves we are willing to give of our... Saren is a danger to the entire galaxy. My pilgrimage...
I'll take all the help I can get.
Thanks. You won't regret this.
Anderson and I will go ahead to get things ready with the Council. Take a few minutes to collect.
Obviously, we'll be bringing Tali with us. Now, who should...
I get the feeling they're not used to seeing Krogan walking around up here.
Excuse me, Commander Shepard. Commander Shepard, my name is Samesh Bhatia.
It's no trouble.
My wife was a Marine. I've requested that my wife's body be returned.
Why did they refuse your request?
I don't know. All I know is that
There's no reason for your wife's
The man
body.
in charge of my case is Mr. Bosker. Thank you for your time.
I can take care of a quick errand before... So anyways, I was late starting my... Go ahead, It's not it's not one of the beach... It's not Radiance, like, that one is Ironclad. Like, I am never... You could force me at gunpoint.
My goodness, your activities made for quite a briefing in the diplomatic corps.
Yes. A man named Samesh Bhatia.
Ah, Serviceman Nirali Bhatia. Her wounds are inconsistent with any type of weapon damage.
You think her body might be dangerous?
No, Commander. Nirali Bhatia. The tests we're conducting, respectfully, Serviceman Bhatia may save more lives in death.
I understand what you're trying to do. But
Commander, you of all people should...
not if we lose our humanity in the process.
All right, tell Samesh that the body is being...
Nothing quite like... Anyways, go ahead and take a guess. I will say that it's not... that it's a guy. And they are still active.
Hello again, Commander. Has there
I
been
reminded Mr. Bosker what we're
Thank
fighting.
you. It does not bring me happiness.
Welcome to Presidium Tourism Terminal 1. There are
Oh, it doesn't involve any NDAs, like...
Citadel Tower, where the council meets regularly. Goodbye, and thank you for using Avena. Please enjoy your visit.
I just want to catch this person completely off guard.
Come on. Udina's presenting the Quarian's evidence to the council.
Eden Prime was a
Yeah, they are a big bigot.
beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
You wanted proof? There it is.
Maybe.
This evidence is irrefutable, Ambassador. Saren will be stripped of his Spectre status, and all efforts will be made to bring him in to answer for his crimes.
I recognize the other voice, the one speaking with Saren. Matriarch Benezia.
Who's she?
Matriarchs are powerful Asari who have entered the final stage of their lives. Revered for their wisdom and
It
experience.
kind of feels odd that the Solarian Counselor doesn't really have any, like, direct role in the story.
Is a powerful biotic.
Like,
she had many followers. She will make a formidable
I'm more interested in the Reapers.
Only what was extracted from the Geth's memory core.
like,
The Reapers were an ancient race.
I wonder how different things would have been if Morden had been in the first game.
Then they vanished.
The Geth believe the Reapers are gods, and Saren is the prophet for their return.
I do bring up Rev once or twice, but this isn't the Rev video that I'm gonna make.
Eden Prime.
Do we even know what this conduit is?
Saren thinks it can bring back the Reapers.
Listen to what you're saying. Saren wants to bring back the machines. Where did the Reapers go? Why did they vanish? How come we found no trace of their existence?
I tried to warn you about Saren, and you refused to face the truth.
This is different. You proved Saren betrayed the council.
The Reapers are obviously just a myth, Commander. A convenient...
50,000 years ago, the Reapers wiped out all galactic...
Saren is a rogue agent on the run for his life. He no longer has the rights or resources.
That is not good enough. You know
A fleet cannot track down.
The Citadel fleet could secure the entire region.
Or it could trigger a war with the Terminus systems. We won't be dragged into a galactic
Every time humanity asks for
Shepard's right. I'm sick of this council and its anti-human bull...
Ambassador, there is another solution.
No, it's too soon. Humanity is not ready for the responsibilities that come with joining the Spectres.
You don't have to send a fleet into the Traverse, and the Ambassador gets his Human Spectre. Everybody...
I may take a few cheap shots at Rev in my next video, but it's ones that that do make sense in the context and aren't exactly undeserved.
It is the decision of the Council that you be granted all the powers and privileges of the Special Tactics and Reconnaissance branch of the Citadel.
So far,
Spectres are not trained.
Or I'm actually liking this new setup for streaming. Like, I do like both the games that I've played, that I'm playing.
Above the rank and file.
Spectres are an ideal, a symbol, the embodiment of courage, determination, and self-reliance. They are the right hand of the Council.
You know, funny story about the Asari, like, you know that effing pronouns guy, heel versus babyface?
Both our first and last line of defense.
I'd argue that the Asari are basically the reason why they'd want to add, like, a third gender to Mass Effect, since, well,
great accomplishment for you and your entire
they don't exactly fit in the standard male-female gender definitions.
We're sending you into the Traverse after Saren. He's a fugitive from justice, so you are authorized.
Any idea where to find him?
We will forward any relevant
This meeting of the Council is...
Congratulations, Commander.
We've got a lot of work to do, Shepard.
You'll get access to special equipment and training.
Anderson, come with me. I'll need your help to set all this up.
So there is one thing I'm actually still on the fence.
Bastard didn't he?
Until I find Saren, I haven't done
Right
it.
behind you, Shepard. 300 years ago, the Geth drove my people into exile. We asked the council to wipe the synthetics out, but they ignored our pleas.
Maybe if they'd listened, we wouldn't be here now.
That is a good point.
Maybe. But I wouldn't believe everything you hear.
I hope he's okay. I'm on a break. Talk to someone else if you need anything.
Maybe I can help.
Well, maybe you can.
The Traverse is a rough place.
My brother's the captain of a ship called the Majesty, and that usually means one of two things. They had massive mechanical failure.
Any idea why someone would attack them?
Privateers, slavers, mercs looking for an easy... I won't give up on my brother. Not yet. I've got the coordinates for the
What kind of ship was it?
Don't let the name fool you. The Majesty's... But they don't have any real weapons or shields. If anyone
Isn't
did,
anyone else looking
my brother's
into
just a small independent trader.
If your brother's still alive, I'll find him.
I'll forward them to your ship right away. Please let me know as soon as you find him.
Yeah, it is nice to have a faster chat. I may have also laid a trap up, although I'm not going to go into detail on that one.
You Quarians messed up the whole galaxy when you let the Geth break free. Do your people ever talk about it?
Do the Krogan talk about starting a foolish war that resulted in the Turians sterilizing your people?
All the time.
That's their... You can just sense that, like, the two are, like, Tali and Rex are, like, coming to an understanding through that exchange.
Okay, Julie. Let me get this straight. Your business partner, Shorban, he's threatened you?
Well, no. Hey there. Oh, you're not CSEC, are you? Did you want something?
What were you trying to explain to the officer?
My colleague is trying to kill me.
How do you know he wants you dead?
He's changed. I don't care what anyone thinks. He wants me gone.
Is there something I can do?
Would you? He thinks he can just push me around.
Just tell me where he is and I'll go find him.
Oh, right. Well, his name's Shorban.
I've met some dangerous scientists.
Hello, Commander.
I say we take care of that errand of that quest that I got.
Word on this. I was sure he was a big player in anything going
These
on.
OSDs might have the information you're looking for.
You've got fist fight. Here, Commander, for your trouble.
What would my future cooperation be worth? Say, an interview?
Exclusive? That would be worth. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should go.
Look into that.
Hold it right there. Just throw me the data and you can walk away.
What data? What are you talking about?
I didn't come out. I'll ask you one more time. Give me the data and you and Jalid will live to see another day.
There's no need to let things get out of hand.
Fine, boys.
Now it gets fun.
Shields disabled.
Wait, I give up. I give up. Please don't kill me.
What's so important about
I
this
thought
data?
you knew. He said you were going to deliver it.
And what exactly was I supposed
It's
to
the
do?
initial data. You see, we were supposed to work together. I
What's
get
so
the data.
special about
The
that?
Keepers are almost impossible after centuries. Don't you see?
Why are you trying to kill
I'm
your
not trying. Jalid's job was to, but he decided to keep the data for himself. Maybe
So you're just trying to get back what
We
Jalid
lost our
already...
head, but it doesn't matter now. I just want to live. I don't care if I ever see that data again.
So how do you gather data?
It's not just get with. You seem interested. Enough to help
I suggest you stick to research and leave
I
the
won't.
espionage.
All right, I
What
will.
do we do about the lying Volus?
I'll speak with him later.
Hello there. Welcome to Moorland's famous shop. You want many good...
Let me see what you have.
Oh, you will be pleased, I think.
Hmm. I normally go... I'm actually not entirely sure who I want to go with. I can date some people. Oh yeah, but... Well, since I'm not going to be using heavy
Hello
armor...
there. Welcome to Moorland's famous shop. You want many...
Let me see what you have.
Oh, you will be pleased.
There are certain partners I can date, yes. No, I do not know of them. Trying to decide what I want to do for, like, a dessert tonight. I've got stuff I could bake, although that... I've also got these Oreo truffles.
Hello again.
I found out you've been lying.
Lying?
You lied to us about the...
I was afraid Shorban would kill me to get the data.
I can't let this continue any further.
But I can't.
Too late, Bullis.
But this data could be used to unravel all the secrets of the
Tell me
Keepers.
more about this data.
Well, we might learn how the Citadel was built, or why the Keepers always rearrange things.
I can't let your actions go on.
What's going on over here? Is this Volus causing you some trouble, Commander?
He's admitted to stealing data from his workplace.
Really?
But,
I'll take it from here, Commander. Thanks for your help.
But the data, you don't know...
All right, save it for your...
Oops, wrong way.
In other news, Exogeny Corp is still denying reports that one of their survey teams has gone missing in the Hades Gamma Cluster. When asked why communication with the survey team was suddenly cut off last week, company officials refused to comment.
I've got big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship is yours now.
She's quick and quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre.
I'll take good care of her, sir.
I know you will, Commander.
I want the truth.
You needed your own ship. A Spectre can't answer to anyone but
Come
the
clean
Council.
with me, Captain.
I was in your shoes 20 years ago, Shepard. They were considering
Why
me.
didn't you ever
What
mention
was I supposed to say? I could have been a Ask me later and I'll tell you the whole... I had my shot. It came and went.
I won't let you down,
Saren's
sir.
gone. Don't even try to find
We had reports of Geth in the Pharaoh system shortly before our colony there dropped out of contact.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharos and Noveria.
The Reapers are the real...
I'm with the Council.
But if they do exist, the conduit's the key to...
I'll stop it.
We have one more lead. Matriarch Benezia. We don't know if she's involved, but we have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds.
Sounds like we should head for the Artemis
It's
Tower.
your decision.
Your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess.
I'll try not to make things
Glad
any
to
harder.
hear it, Commander. I have a meeting to get to, Captain Anderson.
We are going to the Artemis Tower cluster first.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
I heard what happened to Captain Anderson. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission.
Captain Anderson should be the one in
Yeah,
charge.
the captain. Everyone on intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
This is Commander Shepard speaking.
We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't going to be...
For too long, our species has stood apart from the others.
Now it's time for us to step up and do our part for the rest of the galaxy. Time to show them what humans are made of.
Our enemy knows we're coming.
When we go into the Traverse, Saren's followers will be waiting for us. But
humanity needs to do
not just for our own sake, but for the sake of every other species in Citadel.
Well said, Commander. Captain will
The
be
captain
proud.
gave up everything.
Yes, sir.
Paragon rank on a 4. Let's go talk with the crew. I'm still not sure who I want to be. If I want to.
Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get a sense
I've
of
wasted enough of your time for now, Commander.
What's your opinion
I
on
don't
why?
see how we were on the scene faster than any other.
We'll talk another
Commander.
time.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
Knight, what can I do for
What's
you?
your story?
Go ask the quarry.
You Krogan lived for centuries.
Well,
Don't
there
tell
was this one time the Turians.
I heard about that.
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same.
So, an infection. And I suppose it's destroying.
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand. But
I was just making conversation.
That's for the genophage infected us. But it's not what's killing us.
Are your people really?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us.
Lots of species have left their homes and.
But they go to. We're not. So we leave. Hire ourselves out.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask. All I know. Every Krogan is infected.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the... You ask a Krogan. It's just who we are, Shepard.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Thanks for bringing... I knew working with the Spectre.
I gotta go.
Commander.
Hey, Commander. Looking for some extra supplies?
Not right now.
No problem. Keep checking back.
So this is what working with the Spectre...
You think you've got us Spectres?
Well, Spectre, at CSEC you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats...
For the most part, the rules are
Maybe. If I'm trying to take down a suspect...
But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first.
So you just quit because you didn't like...
It didn't start out bad. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical.
I hope you made the right choice.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you.
And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder... Well,
if getting the job done means endangering...
I wasn't trying to...
Tally and Ashley are the only members I have left to speak to.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tally?
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were... She's got a real knack for technology, that one.
I figured she'd be a real asset.
You've got an eye for Tally, Commander. But I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Fill me in on the IES stealth systems.
I want to be a good captain, so I might as well get to know how my ship
Too
works.
much heat and radiation. So our stealth systems trap the... Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent.
There's no way for anyone to
Visual
detect.
scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the...
Why doesn't it work with faster?
Cranking up the FTL, blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight.
I want to know more about the
She's the
Normandy.
best ship I've ever served on. Probably the fastest vessel ever designed.
What's so special about the
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the
Where else have you
core.
served?
You name a class of Alliance ship. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser.
Carry on.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance...
The Normandy's a prototype. Cutting
A
edge
month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on the vessel...
I had no idea you found ship
It
technology.
comes with being a Quarian. But we don't have anything like this. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the get.
I can't believe your fleet's still using
They're
ships.
We've tried to make ourselves as... But some things we just can't make on our own. A dispatched to maintain the
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constant. There are 17 million Quarians.
We will be getting the Quarians back to their home world eventually.
Survival. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have. Of course, we also can't allow our in extreme cases of population decline, incentives are.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian.
I've always wondered why the Pope, the body that elects the Pope, is called the Conclave.
And make decisions.
Why not just the Council or?
On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say.
I still am impressed by the fact that I actually got to see an American Pope.
Martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice.
So the ultimate power rests with elected.
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council, the 5 top-ranking military officials.
That's a surprisingly idealistic outcome.
These 5 have the power to do so requires unanimous. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has.
I want to know more about.
I doubt I can tell you anything. All I know is the story of their origins.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming.
How come the council didn't step in and stop?
This wasn't true AI research. The changes were so insignificant. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. 1 million Geth.
So the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth.
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness, but when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are. As we built more and more, one day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer. As you can imagine, this caused a near panic.
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems.
You can't blame them for fighting.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than.
I mean, Shepard actually does have a reason, and to like be a bit skeptical of Tali's position, since like I imagine the American Civil War was like a pretty big deal in human history in this timeline.
In the end, we were forced
as like an example of one of the extremes that humanity had to go to abolish slavery.
But they never came beyond the veil. Now we drift through space.
It's hard to feel sorry for you.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first. If we had
I guess just being able to make stuff up, a living off of making content.
Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy?
I didn't mean to.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get so worked up. Most Quarians.
I want to know more about them.
When my people reach maturity, but no ship wants to. We set out alone, leaving the. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the. Even when the gift is not particular, it's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community.
I can't believe they just sent you.
It's not like they just cast us out. We also receive implants to fight off. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant. Like what? See you later.
Oh, almost forgot about Ashley.
Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
Kinda wish. No offense, I appreciate the rescue.
You wish we'd been able to save.
Yes, if I had been more alert.
The Geth are perfect ambushers.
Sir, I'll make sure it doesn't happen.
Do you have a few minutes?
I'm sorry. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Dismissed, Chief.
Sir.
Well, that's all I really have left to do around the ship. So...
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you.
We're all on the same
With all
team.
due respect, sir, that's what they said about Nihilus.
I'm in charge here, Presley.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
Speak freely, Presley.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking.
How did you end up assigned to the
I
North?
signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school. We were at Elysium during the Skillian Blitz. They had the numbers, but their ships were no match for an Alliance frigate. It was a slaughter.
Yeah, that is true. Like, technology numbers can be matched by good technology.
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was...
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, sir.
Oh, right, I forgot that you need to be... nothing quite like calming music. Let's get to the right planet, then I'll call it a stream.
Commander, I'm picking up a signal from the planet's surface. It looks like an automated distress beacon.
I'm not stalling. I actually want to see what the debris is first.
Just lead the way. I'm here if you need me.
I'll have to come back to this world.
Looks like they were lured here by the distress beacon.
Looks like these men were under Admiral Kahoko's command. You'd want to know what happened.
I'm gonna
To position.
Got it.
Hmm.
Dead and done, just the way I like 'em. Let's get moving.
Hmm. After I finish the stream, you know what I'm gonna do? Restart, or make sourdough starter. Since I have a proper oven, I'm actually gonna like try and make that like make like sourdough bread. I'm making a mental note since I'm up for like when I return.
Commander, I'm picking up some strange readings. Really strange, like off the damn charts. It looks like it's coming from an underground complex a few clicks away from the drop zone.
Change my mind. We're gonna find Liara and get off this planet, then we'll end the stream. Oh.
Trying to knock down the front door seems stupid. Maybe we could try a side window?
I am gonna do what Tali suggested, it's just I wanted the XP. I actually haven't heard of that YouTuber, so I don't really have any thoughts on them. You know, what I always find kind of interesting, in sci-fi, whenever they have, like, is he covering the stuff on the site because, like, on site? Because I'm gonna have a very different reaction. I'll look it up after stream.
My people have searched many generations for a world to call home. If we landed here, just keep searching.
Remember to stay hydrated.
I wonder if that's something in that he's saying to, like, the player. Go ahead and tell me if you want. Ooh, that's good. Useful skill to have. Just wanted to see if there was anything over here. There is not.
Even the Geth wouldn't want to leave the seat.
Yep, this is where we meet Liara.
Can you hear me out there? I'm trapped. I need help.
Are you okay? What happened?
This thing I'm in is a Prothean security device.
Your mother is working with Saren.
What? I may be Benezia's daughter, but I'm nothing like her. I have not...
How'd you end up in there?
I was exploring the ruin. I activated the tower's defense. When I turned it on, I must have hit something I wasn't supposed to.
We'll find some way to help.
There is a control in here that should deactivate. That's the tricky part. Be careful. There is a Krogan with the gap. How did you get in here? I didn't...
We have to get you out of here before more...
Yes, you're right. I've seen enough of them to know.
Any idea how we get
There is an elevator back in the center of the tower. At least... I still cannot believe all this. Why would the Geth come after me?
Saren's looking for the conduit. You're a Prothean expert.
The conduit?
What the hell was that?
These ruins are not stable. We have to hurry. The whole place is caving in.
Joker, get the Normandy airborne.
Aye, aye, Commander.
He needs to move faster.
Should have brought Rex with me. Oh well.
Surrender. Or don't. That would be more fun.
In case you didn't notice, this place...
Accelerate. Thanks for getting rid of those.
Whatever it is you want, you are not getting it from me.
She'll stay with us. Thanks.
Not enough. Kill him. Spare the Saren if you can. Not.
I've lost a few.
Too close, Commander. 10 more seconds we would have been swimming in molten sulfur. The Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding
We almost died out there, and your pilot is making
Joker
jokes.
pulled our asses out of there. I think he's
see.
earned the right.
It must, but I am grateful to you.
What did Saren want with you?
Only that it was somehow connected to the Prothean extinction. That is my real area of expertise.
How old are you exactly?
I hate to admit it, but I
Damn. I hope I look that good when I'm
A
your
century
age.
may seem like a long time to a short... That is why my research has not received the attention it deserves.
I've got my own theory on
With
why.
all due respect, Commander, it is almost as if... But here is the incredible part. According to my findings, the...
Where'd you come up with this theory?
I have been working on this for 50 years. I have tracked... It is difficult to explain, but I know I'm right. And eventually I will
If
be
the
able to...
Protheans weren't the first.
I don't know. There is barely any... The galaxy is built on a... The Protheans rose up. Their greatest achievements, the mass relays and the Citadel. And then, like all the other forgotten civilizations...
They were wiped out by a race of sentient machines.
The Reapers. But I have never heard...
There was a damaged Prothean beacon on Eden Prime. It burned.
Visions. Yes, that makes sense. No wonder the Geth attacked Eden, but the beacons were only programmed to interact. I am amazed
Okay,
you were
this
able...
isn't helping us find Saren.
Of course, you're right. I am sorry, my scientific curiosity got
I
the
don't know
better.
why Saren wanted you out of the picture.
Thank you, Commander. Saren might come after me again. I cannot think of anywhere safer than here on your ship. And my knowledge of the Protheans might be useful later on.
And her biotics will come in handy when the fighting starts.
Good to have you on the team.
Thank you, Commander. I am very grateful.
When was the last time you ate? Or
It is
slept?
probably just mental. Still, it could not hurt to be examined by a medical professional.
We can talk again after you've seen
Mission
the
reports are filed, Commander.
Patch him through.
Setting up the
Joker.
link.
We've received your report, Commander.
I assume you're taking the necessary security.
Liara's on our side.
Benezia would never allow...
Maybe
she doesn't know.
Or maybe we don't know her.
At least the mission was
Apart from the utter destruction of a major Prothean
The Geth were crawling all over those.
Of course, Commander. Good luck, Commander.
I'll speak to Liara, then I'll call it a stream.
Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get
Is
a
this
sense
an
of
official evaluation, Commander? Or off?
Alenko.
That's a This Saren is looking for record. Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong.
I hear you. Sorry if I got too informed.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids, sorry, hauled in is unkind. There are worse results of accidental exposure to element 0 in the womb.
Is there some question about how you were exposed?
My mother was downwind of a transport crash. It was before. It only gets iffy around 63. A bunch of guys in suits show up at your door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right?
Yeah, that's the official name. It's where they did all the goose. It was a sterile research platform.
There were other kids in the same boat,
That's
right?
true. We did have a little We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then, and Canadics kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks.
Then you must have had plenty of time to get to know each other.
Yeah, we'd sit around. There was this girl named Rana. She was from Turkey. Her family was very rich. I think you'd have liked her.
Sounds like she was special.
Things never felt together. Training, you know.
You know of any intentional exposures?
No one knows. It was different then. No one knew the potential. So I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts.
There were other...
We didn't have much to do, though.
You were all teenagers.
I'm not the sort who does that kind of... There was a girl. She was from... I think you'd have liked her.
Jump Zero is a long way
The grand gateway to humanity. But that's my own baggage, Commander.
Alenko, there's no regulation that says you can't
I appreciate that, Commander. Besides, I've got my path.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on a...
But humanity needs the alliance.
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
So, one thing I'm actually still on the fence about is if I want Caden or Ashley to survive.
So, we've got
It won't be long now.
Good. I could tell as soon as
Why didn't you tell me this
I
sooner?
would have if I thought it was...
I think I'd like to hear about it.
This was a while ago. They said it paid. They said he was looking for more men, too.
I didn't know Saren was open.
It wasn't that open. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months. I was on board checking bodies for value.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what. A couple of the mercs. I had a really bad feeling about him.
What kind of cargo was the freighter
I don't
carrying?
know. If there was any... That's why I didn't mention it soon.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one.
That's the only time you saw him?
But every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Shepard.
Commander, you have a minute.
I keep an open door.
I know things are different. With all due respect, Commander.
They may not serve the Alliance, Chief.
This is the I don't think we should... Engines, sensors, weapons.
You don't trust the
I'm not
Alliance?
sure. We... Humanity.
Standing up for ourselves doesn't.
I don't think we should turn down... As noble as the council members seem...
You've got a pessimist.
Look, if you're fighting a bear and the only... It's not racism, not...
These seem like deeply held beliefs.
My family's... My father, grandfather... I guess we just tend to think of Earth's...
All right. I can see where your concerns are coming.
It won't be a problem, Commander. You say jump, I say how high. You tell me to kiss a Turian?
Would you kiss anyone I ordered you
That
to?
depends, sir. That would make it an... Sir.
We'll talk later.
Looking forward to it, sir.
Commander, how are you?
Why did you want to be a Like what?
He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
That's tough. But you'd
My
think...
father, he thinks I'm being too rag. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger.
You were asked to be a Spectre?
Well, I was targeted as a I could have received special... He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power.
I suppose I can understand his...
You can. But Saren's not going to play. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who is...
Just because you can...
Thanks, Commander.
Oh, hello, Shepard. See you later. Hey, Shepard. You need something? See you later.
Just making sure I...
I prefer gold to silver, you know, for my medal. I figured you'd recommend me for one since
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up
That's a
sitting
good
on
point. They'd probably make me shave, too. So, Commander, why don't you tell me why you're reading?
How's the Normandy performing?
She's the best ship. Balance isn't what you... The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance
I like to
pilot.
know my crew.
I can see where... You want me as top of my class in flight school? I earned that. All those commendations in my...
I'm sorry, Joker. I didn't even know you were...
You mean you didn't know?
Yeah.
Oh, crap. Okay, I've got...
I might have heard of that name.
Vrolik syndrome. Brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow. Too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's... Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children.
You're dodging the
Like,
question.
I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling.
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off. By the end of the year, they'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs.
I need to know more about this
Yeah,
Vrolik
of course you
syndrome.
do. It's an They classify my case as moderate to severe. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science.
You're not going to break a bone.
I don't fly with my feet, Commander, so I'm fine as long as I'm in this chair. I gotta be real.
I can definitely see that, like more recent
I can do my
Eminem.
job as well as anyone on the ship. Better, actually.
I'm not trying to
Whatever
make
you want, Commander.
Yeah, that is Seth Green. Like, there's a lot of A-list actors they got on this game in this game. Like, if there was the only person I wish they had gotten in this game would have been James Earl Jones for like Mass Effect 3. Well, okay, not this game specifically, but the trilogy would have been James Earl Jones. Like, imagine hearing like a Reaper voiced by him. That would have been really cool. Yeah, like, honestly, I know that the game had, like, had to have, like, Star Trek alumni, but... honestly, they should have had at least one Star Wars alumni. Like, even if James Earl Jones was out of the pay budget, they could have at least gotten, like, I don't know, Hayden Christensen or something. I'm like, actually, now that I think about it, Hayden Christensen would actually work quite well for, like... I think Hamill's always been like this. It's like, honestly, one thing I could have seen them doing with Hamill would have been like a biotic. Would have been like, you need training for like special biotics or something. Like, that would be... I guess it really depends on what they're using it for. I'm gonna call it a stream in a few minutes. Like, I'll just like scan this solar system's resource deposits. Yeah, it's the first game.
Status. Sensors reveal 3 fusion torches propelling asteroid X-57. At its current rate of acceleration, the asteroid will collide with Terra Nova in approximately 4 hours. Analysis. Torches must be disabled to cease the acceleration.
Hello. I heard your transmission. Can you hear me? Haven't found me yet, but I can't talk long. Shut down the fusion torches. I'm going to die. God, I hope you're hearing this. Headed in the right direction. I don't know who you are, but I'm damn. Go.
Batarians.
Check! Check!
You know, I've always found it odd that we never got like a Saren squad mate.
Release the Baron!
Batarians.
Check! Check! Release the Baron!
Who are you?
My name's Kate Bowman. We were attacked yesterday by Batarian extreme. I think they know the torch went out.
Why are they doing
I don't know, but if I find out anything...
Okay, so
Hey.
Oh God, I didn't mean to. Are you
Takes
hurt?
more than that one shot.
Sorry, I didn't even realize you were human.
I know you're scared, but I'm here to help.
Simon, listen, we don't have much. There are 4 million people down there, Shepard.
I don't have time to do the math.
X-57 is 22 kilometers. The heat of the Terra Nova will die, Shepard. Not just our colony.
Is there any chance it'll land in the
That would be even millions of tons. I'd have to run the numbers, but take my word for it.
This doesn't make any sense.
I've heard all the stories, but this is... The Citadel conventions forbid asteroid...
Most Batarians aren't genocidal madmen, but these ones are
Yeah, I know. It's just... This isn't how I expected the world.
You were on the ground when this happened.
They landed at... I did see groups head out to each of the torch stations.
Any idea who's behind this?
I heard a couple of... They didn't seem convinced this was a good idea, but they were
Batarians everywhere.
One of the torches is surrounded by live blasting caps. That tank of yours will set them off, so you'll have to go in on foot. Even then, not from here. There are manual controls by the entrance to the torch facility. One last thing. I had a crew... These Batarians are ruthless. I saw them smash...
Any idea where
They were running... Easiest thing would be to tap into the transmission tower out on the surface. The equipment
I'll look for
station.
them, with the torches empty.
There were a bunch of engineers over at the main facility, but...
A woman named Kate Bowman.
She's one of my best engineers. She signed on with her brother, Aaron, I think his name is. He's part of the...
What can you tell me about
it? Oh, Katie.
Why were you moving this?
Well, the idea was to drag it. It's a lot cheaper than getting everything up into orbit from the planet's surface. The minerals we
Give me a
extract
worst-case scenario. We can't stop the asteroid.
I'm sure they're moving people to remote areas, but they'd never be able... We just don't have enough ships. No one does.
You'd better find a good place.
Yeah.
If you want to send me a DM on Twitter, go ahead.
Hear me? Getting all kinds of interference. Damn. Sorry. There's a lot of feedback. See if I can fix it. In the meantime, just keep doing...
Who's shutting down the torches? I won't ask you again. Find this problem and deal with it. Get her out of here!
I'm just trying to aim to get, I guess, complete this mission. I do have notifications on my phone. It's just, well, I can't hear my phone with, like, my headphones on.
Hold it right there. This doesn't have to end in bloodshed. Don't come any closer. We can do this the hard way, or we can end this.
I didn't think you Batarians.
I'm just doing my job. I signed on to make a little profit. A quick slave.
This isn't just a slave
Don't
grab.
you think I'm just following orders here? If it were up to me, we'd
Well, it's not
already...
too late.
I don't think so. Bob, crazy bastard. This whole mission's gone to hell.
So why do you listen to him?
I had a bad feeling. And what Balak wants, Balak gets.
Do you always want to be second in command? Get me out of here and I'll...
Shut it down. This is Balak's problem. I hope you're as quick with a gun as you are with your promises. For both our sakes.
Balak will get what's coming to him.
Perfect. Balak's holed up in the main... Don't. Let's go. We're getting off this...
Maybe that guy doesn't show up later on. Like, it would have been useful to, like, be able to, like, recruit him as, like, an asset. Perhaps there's like a jump feature, like I'm mainly saying that because, well, like on this planet's gravity, like it would be very nice to have. You know, speaking of gravity, I've always wondered, like, why don't you ever see, like, sci-fi worlds where they have, like, training gyms that use the fact that planets have higher gravity to cause people to gain exercise? Like, the only thing I can think of that's even remotely close is Dragon Ball Z. I don't know why the military would use vtubers as a recruiting tool. I mean, at least, like, ones who aren't, like, already associated with them, like... Oh wow, it is late.
die. You humans. You're almost more trouble than you're worth.
Let the hostages go and maybe...
I don't answer to... I'm leaving this asteroid. If you try to stop me, I'll detonate these charges, and your helper...
I can't just let you go, Balak.
This is... We've been forced into exile. Forced to...
Why take it out on these people?
They didn't do anything. Aside from... We were left to defend ourselves. It was you. You and your kind are the only reason...
How does killing innocent people...
We had no other options.
Is that what Elysium was? A way to get our attention?
Enough! You couldn't possibly understand. Now, if you want your friends to live...
You can go. But this...
Maybe. But I made sure you won't fall. Better hurry if you...
Letting him go was better than the alternative. I thought you were going to say something.
There might have been something I could have done to help. You did it. Another hour and our course would have been irreversible. I ran the numbers, Shepard. X-57 would have struck near the capital city, the most densely populated region.
Well, once I get control again...
But that's not going to happen, thanks to you. Is Katie in here? Is she all right? Is her team?
Balak was holding them hostage. I let him go to save them.
Let a terrorist go or sacrifice innocent. Is that... Will you get in trouble for that? I mean, he could do the same thing somewhere else, couldn't
he could. Balak seemed like a practical man. Practical but callous. But I'm not going to sacrifice people.
What happens now?
Balak gets away today. But we'll still... He'll run and he'll hide. But eventually he'll slip up.
Shepard, I don't think I'll stick around, though. It's time for me to get back. Before I go, I'd like to offer you... As lead engineer, I get some quality items. Take your pick.
I know it's a lot to ask.
Shepard, I think I mentioned... I hope you get good use of it.
One more thing.
Have you found them?
Not yet. Can you think of anything?
See if you can tap into our transmission.
Take care of you.
Be well, Shepard.
can't believe you... I half expected you to just let us die.
Then I'd be no better than the Batarians.
You sound like my brother.
Your brother was the one Bellic
Yes.
killed?
He was the one who convinced... I don't mean to sound ungrateful.
I understand.
Thank you. I don't even...
Commander Shepard, with Special Tactics.
Thank you, Commander Shepard.
What can you tell me about the Batarians?
I don't even think they knew. When Balak showed up, they followed him quickly enough, but...
That was a brave thing you did, Kate.
Stubborn and determined, I think. Sorry.
How did the asteroid get all the way over?
The asteroid was scheduled to arrive. This rock is full of valuable minerals, but it would... We'll get everything back to normal soon.
You've been through a lot.
I appreciate that, Commander.
Ooh, that is a really good Omni tool.
Say, Shepard, you didn't happen to find any of my engineers, did you?
Not yet.
See if you can tap into our transmission.
Take care of
you. Be well, Shepard.
It's getting late and I should call it a stream. So you know what, I'll search for the engineers off stream. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. And Friday we're trying in a new game I've never played on stream, but when I played off stream, Pacific Drive, so that should be fun. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. I'm Andreas Rebel, and I'll see you on my next assignment. Later.